Portimao is the 4th station of Euro in its 9th season. We go to the Portuguese Grand Prix for the 4th time in this league. Welcome along. My name is Larry, and yeah, it turns out there can't be half a season ever in this league without me commentating it, at least once. So I am here. Turns out this video didn't have any commentary so far, and I thought I would just give it a go before editing it, because that's still something I do. Apart from that, I'm kind of on a break. I maybe shouldn't yap this long, because we now have the new Q1, Q2 format. My first time commentating on this in URL, and I already have to look at these times, because they are already counting. Laguno and Pigeon with purple sector, Strudel also up there. But it is Eloxian putting it together right now. We have to look at the bottom 8 drivers, though. It is Zigoon, as he was called by Altfish in Suzuka, I believe, out right now, as is Pigeon, our newest race winner. We are watching him right now pushing on through the top half of this track and now descending in these great elevation changes, which sadly aren't in the game. Pigeon right now is out, but he finally has taken his first win in over 50 races in his career. Is he going to get out of that bottom 8? And he does so. He goes to provisional pole even though he didn't improve his second sector. We have to look at the bottom 8 more than that. Laguno is racing for the second time only this season. And he is currently only in 10th. Kozil now definitely part of the fixed lineup for Etruria. Toaster also in 12th place. And Matt in 16th. How about the top few drivers? No purple sectors inside the top 8. How are we gonna look? We watch Lagoon cross the line, and I don't think that's an improvement. Yes, it is. It is. He goes to 7th place, and he is through to Q2. Seguin is out, sadly, for S25M Williams Racing. Albano in the Zipex in P10. That is still a solid result for him. Juanvi in 11th place for the new Olympus Maserati Racing team. We have 2 new teams here. The new Maserati team run by Dogamer and Vinny. Toaster in 12th place for Minardi. Compressor in the Aston Martin in 13th. A rookie driver for Aston Martin this season. Geruni, I think, very active in the PC leagues too, or at least in the past. Stepping into a car on mobile for the first time ever. But of course, Geruni has been racing in the lower mobile leagues already. Fabianski in the second Olympus Maserati in 15th. And Matt, less than half a second of Nitro here, still in P16. Q2 is starting in Portimao. We see Nitro here, who is currently in 5th in the championship. On to turn 1 we go, flat out through there. First braking zone is turn 3. It gets very tight, but it is one of the best overtaking spots here, with the switchback for turn 4 then, and down to towards the next hairpin as well. Then into the infield. Oh, a bit of an internet issue for him. It is the fastest first sector set by Strudel. In the second one, it is the driver that we're on board with right now. Nitro has taken his first podium of the season in Suzuka, trying to still take his first win this season. He goes across the line on lap 2, and he is in 3rd place. Pigeon with a nice 3rd sector here. On provisional pole again, tied with Ludwig. I think that's something that we've seen in round 2 already. Pigeon is rapid. This is maybe prime Pigeon. And is he really able to stay up there and compete for maybe even a championship? It's very early doors to say that. But Laguno is struggling around here. Who is Justin's biggest rival? Justin is not racing today. Maybe also should mention that. Laguno across the line in P5. Pigeon now 1/10 ahead of Ludwig, so now it's clear for the Briton. Nitro 3rd, Kozil, Laguno, Joris, Eloxian, Strudel. No one improving on lap 3. Kozil descending down towards the final 3 corners of this track. And now full throttle until the line. Kozil for Etruria Racing Team. A striking red livery for them in Season 9 again. Kozil not improving. I think Strudel has jumped up a bit. Joris now in the bottom of these top 8 for the Portuguese Grand Prix. Pigeon with his 7th career pole position, starting alongside Ludwig, who's racing for a Trivia racing team this season. Nitro in 3rd place, he's gone back to Minardi, which is kind of his home team. And it's Toaster who's not racing that often, but today he is instead of Justin. Cozy in 4th place in the 2nd Trivia. They are looking good to maybe get closer to Minardi again in the championship. Laguno in 5th place. Strudel in 6th for Aston Martin. Loxian with a nice qualifying for 1 time as well in 7th place. And Joris, who is currently in 9th in the standings in P8. I'm excited to see how this race will go. It's my first time also seeing the 0.9 pit speed, so a bit slower speed that the cars are going through the pit lane with this season, and also the 0.75 tire wear instead of 0.5. So that means a bit more tires and maybe more stops, maybe different strategy approaches. That definitely was the goal. As I said, it's the 4th time that we're racing around here. In the first edition, in autumn 2024, Guillermo took his first podium around here. He went on to become the champion of Season 3. It was F1 Fan's debut as well, but he didn't race, only qualify. And Nicholas had a battle with Piggy and Laguno. Then we hadn't been here until Season 6, Round 3, which saw one of the most unreal Laguno performances, where he missed qualifying, went from 18th to 1st, with Cross and Laguno only separated by 200ths across the line as well. And then we had it as the season opener in Season 7 as well. Podium there was Laguno, Perdrive, and Senna. 2 of those are no longer here. Laguno starting from 5th today. Doesn't seem like he is in the championship fight right now. Yeah, Justin's still leading the championship. Will it be Ludwig, Pigeon, Seguin, or somebody else? Or nobody? Who can challenge him? We will see another bit of the puzzle as we move on into the race now. And we are nearly ready to go racing in Portimao. 16 drivers line up on the starting grid. Pigeon, the special liveried 1 time. Ludwig alongside him. And it is go here in Portimao. Pigeon is going to the middle of the track. Ludwig trying to do so as well, but he loses out to Charge Nitro. Laguno also going around the outside, touching the runoff a little bit and a lot. In turn 3, it gets too tight then. And he loses out to Joris, who makes a great start from 9th on the grid. Seguin is in P5. Eloxian in 6th place. Laguno in 7th. Juanvi on the outside of Kozil as we go into turns 10 and 11. Here a big fight with the 2 Maseratis. Kozil still on the outside. He started in P4, has lost out a little bit here. Matt in 16th, still Mr. Albono in 15th. The 2 Zipexes towards the back again. And it is Nitro trying to take the lead as we go into the first turn. We watch Strudel, Juanvi, and Kozil still. Joas now down to 5th place as Laguno has gone past again. Eloxian in the other 1 time in P6. And the top 3 have gotten away a bit at the end of the first lap, but Laguno is trying to close that gap now. Joris is in the MP Motorsport. Eloxian for 1 time as well. And still it is side by side between Juanvi and Kozil. Another driver joining the fight there. Toaster just breezing past them on the main straight and into turn 1. No competition anymore, but he goes too wide in turn 3 as well. Yeah, so the Minardi not able to make up any places so far. Eloxian running in 5th place. Pigeon diving up the inside again of Charged Nitro. Keep saying Charged Nitro, but well, just call yourself differently then. Ludwig in 3rd on medium tires. Nitro on mediums as well. Pigeon is on softs. Laguno is in 3rd place now, but we look at Strudel and Eloxian. Very far to the outside in turn 1 there, and that opens the door for the others a little bit. Fabianski pushing, both Maseratis pushing drivers wide in turn 4-5, the hairpin. Girouni in his first race, still in 14th place. In Emerald, he is placed in 8th in the standings at the moment. And on screen, it's Pigeon and Laguno side by side, the 2-time champion on the outside of turn 1. And Laguno is going into the lead of the race on lap 5. Up the inside in turn 4, sorry. And suddenly he is right there. Ludwig down to 4th. And that is, yeah, Ludwig in the Etruria, but the top 3 very closely together. Can Laguno get away now? He won twice around here. Nitro to the inside of turn 1. Pigeon waiting behind. Nitro still holding on the mediums, which might actually now gain a bit on the soft tires as they get older. They last 8 to 12 laps. No, 7 to 10 laps. Mediums 8 to 12. That is the new tire wear. So it will be the first stops coming in very soon. Not sure how much the difference between the softs and the mediums actually is then. Oh, well, Luxian. Maybe braking a bit too late in turn 13. The two Maseratis inside the points and going side by side, as are Nitro and Pigeon at the front. Nitro still never has won a race. Pigeon finally has done so. Nitro also part of the league since season 5 then. Maybe you can look up how many races has he had so far in his career. 33, including the 3 from this season. That should be his 37th race today. And that is also up there with the longest wait for the win. Toaster and Pigeon are at the top of that list, of course, and still with their wheel to wheel here, with Laguno now waiting behind. Let's see who will pounce first in terms of strategy. That is Mr. Albano now in 9th place again. Kozil, Toaster, and Jaruni have already pitted. We see drivers on the hard tires back there. Compressor is also doing a long first stint on the white striped tires. As Juan V, Albano, and the Luxian go 3 wide for just a moment, but Albano gets caught up on the outside. On the green stuff and beyond. Green stuff does not slow you down around here. So you push to the very edge here. But this track is the favorite track according to the vote that was done by Flack, which has also been used to construct this calendar. So in theory, drivers should be more satisfied with this one than ever before. We'll go to Hockenheim next week, and then we have a crazy race at Tuvalu for the first time. Jerez will also make a return, and Qatar will be our title decider, perhaps, if there's still a title to be won, but definitely our finale of the season. Yeah, looking at the pit stops, Ludwig has pitted for soft tires again. Pigeon also on soft tires, and Nitro still going long. Laguno has opted for hards and goes down to 5th place. Toaster is defending from Joras and Kozil here. And Compressor in his 4th UML race. His best result so far was P10 in Brno. Oh, and Ludwig and Compressor trying to go side by side through all these 4 corners. They do it perfectly. Great racing and awareness by the pair of them. But it's Ludwig getting to the inside then in the hairpin. And behind them it is Laguno and Nitro. Racing each other and towards Pigeon and Ludwig. Joras passing Kozil here. Kozil is in 6th in the standings. Has not taken a podium in his career so far. Of course, his debut was last season in round 7, where Strudel and him did some absolute magic for Etruria, where they needed it the most. They lost their driver lineup over the course of season 8. It is incredible change happening in this league right now. I already said that in season 8 things changed a lot. And even more so into this one. So the change from season 7, the start of season 7 until now has been crazy. And still we have a very quality field here. But not really sure who really can take the fight to Justin. Is it Pigeon here? They definitely have the arena for themselves. course, Laguno is still in here, but I don't really think that he will fight for the championship this season. He is a bit far behind already. Unless he decides to put in some absolute peak performances. I think it's very much up to him. Right now, he's diving up the inside of Ludwig, whose soft tires are already wearing. But that's an impressive move still. An impressive drive right now by Laguno to pass him on the hards. Ludwig has already been on the podium twice this season. That should be 4 in his career overall. I know he got a penalty in Bielefeld, so I think it's just his 3rd career podium in Canada. Could be his 4th today. And he's now taking the slipstream off Laguno. Look at Albano squeezing compressor to the inside of the pit lane, and there was a bit of grass. Maybe that is a track construction issue, but yeah, still Strudel, not Strudel, compressor. Strudel is out of the race. Will not be too happy with that. Right now it's just 1.4 Aston Martin. They are in 6th in the standings. And Pigeon pits for the 2nd time. He goes for hard tires. Now it will be a longer stint for him. Hard's also only lasting 10 to 14 laps. Yeah, it will be many stops around here with the race getting longer ahead of season 8, that should be. Or was it season 7 already? I think it was season 7. And of course, the 0.75 tire wears. Fabianski makes a mistake and goes into a Loxian. A bit of an unsafe rejoin, but he still kind of was half on the track. I think your instincts just kick in there as you try to get back to full speed as fast as possible. As Fabianski also goes wide in turn 14 there and retakes the place against the Loxian. Fabianski's made his debut at the end of last season. Now he's got the main seat for Maserati. Yeah, the one team I missed because I was confused with why we only have 16 cars still is of course the fact that Hurricane Racing Team and Etruria have united. So Kato is now a joint team owner together with Brasidas. Look at Compressors still trying to pass Albano again. Matt is already being lapped at this point. Seguin is pitted for the 2nd time as well. He's on soft tires that are, yeah, very fresh still. So he had a longer first stint. But Seguin not fully up there right now. Also race winner in this league. Now we had 2 new race winners this season already. Could be a 3rd one today. But Laguno and Pigeon are very strong contenders today. Laguno is in the lead right now. Pigeon has already been on these hards for a while. And Ludwig also down in 5th right now on mediums. Strategies diverting here as we are soon halfway through the race, I would say. It's already more than a third. Toaster and Fabianski going side by side, both on hard tires. Fabianski trying to do the cutback, but Toaster parks his car on the apex there. Maserati's involved in many fights as Seguin charges past Eloxian with the help of the soft tires. Kozil's race not going too well if we look at where he started. Okay, Laguno into the pits for his 2nd stop. Oh my word. Pigeon now up to 2nd again. We just saw him at the bottom of the screen. 3 seconds between the Briton and the Spaniard. And Ludwig just behind Laguno. Nitro also yet to pit. We will see the true order in just a few minutes, I would say. As Toaster makes a mistake, still Fabianski can't get past. And here goes Eloxian trying to go around the outside. That's a bit too brave. Getting onto the green stuff and the gravel in the exit of turn 8 here. But the German driver also looking to step up his game. Only had his first race of the season in Japan. Also qualified in 4th place there. Today it was P7, but that is pretty solid, I would say. Still no way through for him. And maybe now with the switchback, but he's going to have to go all the way around the outside there. We cut away from it, sadly, and he did not manage to pass Toaster, but he is ahead of Fabianski for the moment. That's Ceruni scrapping away with Mr. Albano for 12th place. That's the final point with our point system here. And now, again, Alexian lost the position to Fabianski, going through the middle of turn 1. Whoa! And that's the move done already on Fabianski. Can he pass the Minardi in front of him too? Looking to the inside, eager to get past. Still keeping it clean. And another three-way fight back here with Compressor now involved again. And that is for the podium. That's for the final spot on the podium right now. Nitro is pitted. He's on fresh hard tires. Should be quite a tire advantage for Ludwig if I'm for Nitro if I'm correct. Ludwig getting a great run out of turn 4 here. Still the inside for Nitro, but it's gonna be more speed carried through that corner by Ludwig and the inside for the next two. So he still stays in third. We keep fighting as we go down towards turn 13. And Nitro is ahead. Yeah. Medium tires of Ludwig not looking good anymore, but it will definitely be a very strategic race still. And Nitro most likely doing less stops than Ludwig. And I think, yeah, I'm not sure about Pigeon and Laguno at this stage. Laguno's in soft tires right now, so he might also do more stops. Pigeon's done 2 soft tire stints, I think, and now he's gone for hards. They're also only separated by 1 second up there. That's Alexian and Tosa now on their own. Fabianski is 2 seconds back. And it's Tosa's first race of the season. So the last one that he competed in, he won. That will not be possible today. It was an amazing fight in Finland. And here we are. That's the top 2 for you. We go towards turn 1. Oh, but both of them going to the pit lane, both at the same time. Pigeon and Laguno on different tires, but the same lap for their pit stop still. Joras here defending from Cozio, but it is Pigeon going for softs, Laguno for hards. So that is swapped. Whoa, exactly swapped around now. And Laguno, I think, will go to the end of the race with that 10 to 14 laps. Ooh, that is close. Can he stay on the podium with that? Pigeon with the soft tires will definitely pit once again. And that is Piggy warning Laguna for this teleport that we saw in the first part of the lap, last lap. So 1 more issue and he might have his 3rd retirement in his career. Let's hope that doesn't happen for the fairness of the racing and the amazing action that we have seen in the top 4. I mean, it is a bit strategic at this point, but it was Lagoon and Pigeon closely together, Nitro and Ludwig as well. Ludwig's gone for a 3rd stop, Nitro's still up there. But it will all come together at the very end of the race. Ludwig is actually towing Zegwin here. But that is different stages of the race, I want to say. How are Zegwin's tires looking? They must be a bit older. So he will also pit once more, maybe from like mediums, or can he maybe stretch it out until he can go onto softs? I mean, he might even need the hards right now. I really don't know what Laguno is in for in these final 15 laps. Compressor, Fabianski, and Albano very closely together now. Compressor and Albano fighting all race. Fabianski going up and down as it seems, but he's an old hards, so he might fall out of the points, at least right now. He's still staying ahead of Albono. No, now, not anymore. And that's Nitro and Pigeon side by side. That's another one we won in the top 4 here. Pigeon out of the last corner, goes through Nitro, still taking the slipstream. That's great for him, I think. But he's trying to retake the place here. Look at that. Wheel to wheel into turn 1. They leave each other enough room. Pigeon trying to take the wide line. Nitro just reducing the distance on the inside. And nothing changes anymore in the first part of the lap here. Laguno on his own 2 seconds back. 3 if we look at the graphic now. Jorah's running in 4th right now. Yeah, that's where he was on the opening lap then after his nice start from 9th. Could be his career best result. He will definitely be one of the top contenders for points in most races. But he pits now. And Ludwig goes back up to 4th place. So the top 4 united again, but Ludwig is 4 seconds off. And Albono and Compressor on their own, fighting for 10th place. It might be the first ever points today for Mr. Albono. I think he was the first ever main driver to do a full season and not score points in Season 8. That's a stat that he came up with himself, if I am correct. So yeah, he's having his fun here. Now he pits, and we will see where Fabianski will end up now. And also, Juanvi also pits now. Just how the two Maseratis are doing here. Maserati is in 8th in the standings right now. 8th out of 9 teams with 8 points to the name. Silbex with 1 point from who in round 1? From Guillermo, who raced for them twice actually, also in Suzuka. Okay, back to the front. We see Laguno putting in some quick laps still on the hard tires. And probably trying to stretch it out to the end. I mean, right now he does have a pit stop over Nitro, I think. Roundabout, at least with the tire advantage that he would have. But Pigeon now pits. Laguno inherits the lead. What will he do from that position? 3.8 on lap 35. Definitely something Pigeon can overcome. That's something I can say. That's how much I know about Pigeon's pace here. Yeah, Pigeon is up there. Pigeon is fighting for podiums. Fantastic. Just took 2 from season 1 to season 8. And now, maybe his time as a proper top contender has come. He is motivated again. Fully part of the community again, I would say. And Ludwig right now in 3rd with Laguno. Oh yeah, Laguno's pitted. Okay. That has explained things. Pigeon with 4 stops in the lead. Laguno with 4 stops in P4. Nitro is 1 second behind Pigeon. Ludwig another second back. So his race now looking a lot better again than it did about 10 laps ago. As Fabianski is being passed by Toaster. Toaster and Compressor now putting in the final stints on soft tires. Fabianski on the inside. The Compressor will have the inside line for the next corners and just gets a better exit out of these corners already. Mr. Bon in 9th place. Was just wondering, where did he go now that Compressor is here on the softs? Actually ahead. Yeah, Seguin, very solid in P5 then. Oh, Ludwig is pitted again. Okay. I'm just trash talking here, I guess. So Jorah's back up to 4th place. Ludwig, maybe not the contender for 2nd and 3rd place that I was thinking he might be today. Kozil in 7th. Aloxian, Toaster and Albono, that's who we're looking at here. With Toast and Fresh Softs. Albono staying in the slipstream though, which is a very, very powerful tool in this game. But look who's appearing behind him. Also Compressor on the softs here. To the inside, already having a look in turns 10 and 11. Maybe trying to distract Albono from the racing line and the slipstream. And there he is. Compressor through and up into 10th place. Can Albono bring it across the line? He does have a bit of a gap to Fabianski and Juanvi. And that's Laguno and Nitro fighting for second place still. Pigeon, 1 second gap over these two, and they are fighting side by side at the last corner. Can Nitro retake the position right away? Is he gonna stay behind on the hard tires for now? Laguno with an interesting choice with these hard tires, but of course, yeah, 10 to 14 laps, just stayed on them rather towards the 10 laps, I would say. And yeah, Pigeon is on the mediums towards the end. The only driver right now to do that. Mediums were not too popular then in the middle of the race. And Ludwig is at least trying to get back to Seguin. The American started on the front row. But can Pigeon take 2 consecutive wins? That would be fantastic. And Ludwig now going through. He did a few mistakes, but now in the last corner he has done it. Goes into 5th place at least. Will be solid points for S25 and Williams Racing though. Kozil is in 7th place, so Trey will also score a good amount. And Joris trying to hang on to 4th place in the MP Motorsport. Ludwig still does have a bit of grip left in these soft tires, but we are on the final lap of the race. Seguin is going to the inside of Ludwig again. Hard tires. Do they actually have more grip now? Not sure. Ludwig still having that straight line advantage into turn 1. He just keeps it within the track limits and now getting caught up a bit. Still has the slipstream, but his teammate is arriving on the scene as well. And that's a brilliant fight, just brewing up on the final lap of the race. Pigeon not having to fight anybody in these last few laps. Pigeon crosses the line for the 2nd time in a row and wins the Portuguese Grand Prix. Laguno takes 2nd place, Nitro in 3rd. Beating Justin for his first win. And now he's done it against the 2-time champ as well. Look at the photo finish that we have here between Albono and Compressor. And I think it is Toaster who won out there. And let's look at the race results. Pigeon in 1st place from pole position. By the way, beating the lap record from Justin as well. Laguno in 2nd place with the fastest lap of the race. Nitro rounding out the podium for Minardi. Seguin in 4th place. Nice job from him to just stay ahead of Kozil and Ludwig. The two Etruria separated by only 200 across the line. Joris was in the close fight for 4th place, but he drops down to 7th place after a penalty. Aloxian in 8th, Compressor in P9 then. He's the winner of that photo finish. Toaster in 10th, and Albono still getting his first 2 points in the Ultimate Mobile Racing League. Congrats. Fabianski in P12, picking up 1 point for Olympus Maserati. Juanvi outside of the points, as is Jaruni. Matt not really part of the race anymore, and Strudel has retired from the race. Pigeon takes a decisive lead of 21 points heading into Germany after his back-to-back wins, where the Brit is looking to extend his gap even further. Will Ludwig or others have a response to this title-charging Pigeon? And of course, Joris here finished in 7th place, so 3 drivers behind him move up. And Minardi keep their slim lead of 10 points after Portimao. Very satisfying numbers for the top 4 here. One time and S25 and Williams are hunting on the British-Italian team. Will the top 4 teams be brought closer together, coming towards the mid-season break with all 4 teams eyeing up potential teams championship? Thank you, Justin, for the inspiration on this part here. Thank you very much for watching once more. If you don't want to miss our future races, subscribe to our channel. It would be very nice if you could like the video as well. And we will see you for Hockenheim in round 5. Goodbye.